And this next question is a bit of a mouthful, but could you describe in detail a particular incident or scenario in your professional or personal life where you utilize your own style and philosophy on leadership? And it can be more than one incident.
Well, I'm going back again to that 2002 race.
Sure.
And I've referenced Governor Patton.
And you also referenced the word courage too.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So.
I've talked about that quite a bit, but there was a moment in that race when we all recall that when Governor Patton had the affair exposed. Sure. And it was a huge story, and it had a huge effect on my race for Congress because everyone knew that I had worked for him. And it was about 8 weeks before the election, and I'd never met Tina Connor. I had no idea this was going on.
Sure.
And suddenly, the cameras were descending upon me and my travels, asking me these questions, and I was holed up in our campaign headquarters trying to figure out what's going on and what do I need to say. And I went into a back room. My campaign manager had a conference call set up, and he had my pollster on there, my campaign consultant, and he even had Mike McCurry on the phone. I was shocked that Mike McCurry would get on there. Mike McCurry was Clinton's old press secretary.
Yeah, let the audience know.
And my manager, my pollster were all telling me that I had to go out and address the cameras and repudiate Governor Patton and call him a scalawag and distance myself from him. And I was very uncomfortable with that. I was very uncomfortable with it because I'd seen the way it worked for Al Gore when he ran for president. Everyone knew that Gore had worked for Clinton for 8 years, and he was part of a good economy and some good policies. And I don't think anyone was going to hold Gore accountable for what Clinton's personal transgressions. And so I got off this conference call, and the reporters had me a little bit holed up in my campaign headquarters. They were looking for a statement. And I basically rejected the advice of every one of my advisors.
Okay.
And went out on my own and said, look, if we stay on this earth long enough, we are all going to have a friend that disappoints us. And he disappointed me. And I feel for Judy Patton at this moment. But the fact of the matter is he's my friend. And I'm not going to run from my friend when times get tough. And besides that, I'm proud of the work I did in his administration on criminal justice reform, on higher education reforms, and any number of issues. And in the short term, that may have cost me some points. It may have cost me with some voters. But it was the answer that allowed me to get up the next day and look myself in the mirror and feel like I'd said the right thing.
Okay.
And I can't tell you how many people have come up to me since that moment and have said, you handled that the right way. You handled it the right way. And I want my friends to feel like I'm a friend that would stand by them when times are tough. Okay. And that's the criteria that I use to make that statement.
That's an awesome answer. That's a pretty good one. One of the better ones we've had for that one.